Hi, this movie is going to walk us through the course, the syllabus for this course. So I need to go to Inside Blackboard, start here, Materials. Second link down is the syllabus for this summer. So I'm going to open that up. I'm in Chrome, so it drops it down here in my system tray. If you're in Firefox, get the down arrow up there. And there we go. That is my syllabus. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Get a little bigger so everybody can see it. Okay, so I have the syllabus up in Word, and it is sized so you can see it. So first of all, some of this is just standard stuff, you know, division, department name, course name. It's Computer Applications for Professionals, ITD122, 3 credit, 4 contact, which is divided between 2 lecture and 2 lab hours. Since this is a Web 3, all of that is done external to being in a classroom. So you have to do all of that on your own. I'll support you, but you need to, there's no set time that you have to be anywhere to do anything. The prereq for this course is ITD 100 or proficiency. You all were able to sign up, so that means you met the prereq. This is a TAG approved course, which stands for a transfer agreement in the state of Ohio, meaning that you could take this course and transfer it to another institution and receive credit for it. Whether or not it applies for any course within a program, that just depends, but you would definitely get credit for it. So here's the course description. Computer Applications for Professionals familiarizes students with major Windows-based application software and introduces the Windows operating system, the Windows networking environment, and practices file and folder maintenance. The focus of the course is to provide students with basic understanding and competence in industry standard word processing, spreadsheet, database, and presentation software applications that are used to solve scientific, business, and engineering problems. So this is why I sent the email out earlier. This course is built on Windows, okay? If you're using a Mac, you can use the Mac version of Office products except for database, okay? But it is going to be different. Does not mean you can't get through the class. You absolutely can. The thing for Mac people is this database. Access does not run outside of the Windows operating system. So you're going to have to find another way to complete the homework assignments for those chapters. If you have a Chromebook, this is not going to happen, okay? You have to have a Windows or a Mac computer. Chromebooks are not, they're like big phones that can't call, okay? They can only do things out on the web, right? So yeah, there is a Word app that you can get to on your Chromebook, but you're not going to be able to do the things that we need to do in this class with that app, okay? You're going to get to a point where you're at a brick wall, and then you're going to not be successful. So I really just want to put that out there. If you have a Chromebook, please try and find another source for getting your work done, because you will not be able to complete everything successfully. Okay, general learning outcomes, they're called the GLOWs. These are the things that all the classes at Stark State College need to do. We cover everything except global and diversity awareness. I just wanted to, you know, if you see GLOWs written somewhere, GLOW 1, GLOW 2, that relates to these general learning outcomes. The course objectives, so here's the GLOW. See what I'm saying? GLOW 3, GLOW 3, 4. So these are the course objectives, or what we're going to, the high-level objectives that we're going to try and meet in this class. we're going to demonstrate a familiarity of a graphical user interface, a GUI, right? Whether that's in your Mac or on your Windows machine, it still uses a graphical user interface. Demonstrate a working knowledge of file management using Windows Explorer, copying, deleting, renaming, moving files. Once again, we're building this on Windows. If you have a Mac, you can complete these assignments because it's all simulation. So even though you're on a Mac, you're going to be simulating the Windows environment. Demonstrate an understanding of and skill in the general concepts and business uses of a word processing application. The word processing application that we're using is Microsoft Word. Okay, you need 2016, 2019, or 365. You can get Office 365 as a student of Stark State College for free. I think I also sent that, how to do that in that email I sent out earlier before the semester began. But I can get it for you if you need it. All right. Demonstrate an understanding of electronic spreadsheets and establish a basic skill level in the creation and analysis of a spreadsheet. So that is Excel. We're going to talk about spreadsheets. What are they? How do you use them? How can you do formulas? How can you do functions? How can you do charts? All kinds of things. All right. Demonstrate a familiarity and understanding of database management systems and their use in business, along with the skills to utilize the information contained in a database. This is probably the one that students know the least. This is Microsoft Access. It's a relational database, and many students have never used one. And so this Access is sometimes a challenge, but it's not difficult. It's just different, all right? So we can get through it. And I spent years as a programmer and programmed in relational databases, so I can certainly help you through this. Demonstrate an understanding of and skill in producing electronic presentations utilizing acceptable business presentation practices and graphics. We're using PowerPoint for that. Okay. Demonstrate an understanding of the operating system and file management principles. So notice here it doesn't say Windows, and so this is kind of our little way of pulling in you Mac people because you still have a Mac operating system and you still have to have file management. So those principles, whether you're on a Mac or you're on a Linux machine or you're on a Windows, you still have to have those file management principles. So we're going to spend some time just looking at that. And it's very easy to lose your files in this class when you don't have a way of organizing your stuff. Okay, the next thing is your policies. I'm not going through this. I just wanted to draw your attention. You have rights as a student. You would find the policies at My Stark State, and that would be the policy and procedures. These are a subset of things that students are often involved in when it comes to policies. Disability Support Services, DSS. If you have an accommodation, like additional time for timed tests, you need to make sure that DSS has your paperwork and that I get a copy of your paperwork. So I may, because we do have time tests in here. So the tests are for 2 hours, 1 hour and 50 minutes. So you would get double, or not double, you'd get time and a half for that, right? So if you have that, please make sure I get that accommodation so I can make it for you. Computer use, we're not in a classroom, so it doesn't matter. Here's some student success resources that you can get to. They're on My Stark State. And now this is the class syllabus. This is like, what are we doing for this particular class? So this is a Web 3. Here's my information. And during the summer, I don't really, well, I haven't been in my office for a while now, but office hours, we're going to do office hours remotely, right? We're going to do it either we can do Zoom or we can do collaborate within Blackboard. I can meet with you. I can show you things. I can grab your screen and help you through things. I am up for doing that. It works out well, but that is by appointment, okay? I am going to send out a survey asking if anybody wants certain like lab times that you want me to be around. We'll see if anybody wants that or if you just want to keep doing it by appointment. Here is my email, hmandelinich@starkstate.edu. Please use that. Don't use the Blackboard email. I kind of hate it. mainly because you email me, I get a notification, right? So my email from Stark State goes to my phone. So I get it. So Blackboard goes to my email. That email goes to my phone. So I see it. But if you don't email me directly, I can't answer you unless I get into Blackboard. And Blackboard does not work well on the phone. So I have to be at a computer to really answer. And not only that, I can't even see what your question is, right? And so it might be something I could quickly give you an answer to. But if it's buried in Blackboard, you're going to have to wait for me to get to a computer and get into Blackboard and answer. So please use this email, and then just make a note of, hey, I'm in your ITD122 class, because I have a couple different classes. I have 3 different classes, different courses, I guess, this summer. So there's my email, there's my phone, but I'm not going to be in the office, so don't call me. Although my office phone does go to my cell phone, but don't do that. Just email me. Okay, so book, I sent that out. You have 2 ways, and it's always a confusing thing. Option 1, guys, is the same as option 2, except you get a book, a physical book, right? So both of these have the ebook and the SIMNet code, which is what you need. You need the SIMNet code. You can't get through class without it. The SIMNet code comes with the ebook. Then, if you want to put the extra money out, you can get option 1, which gives you a physical textbook. The bookstore, I would contact the college store at Stark State. I think they're sending things out so you don't have to pick them up. Or they have a pickup area that you can just come and get it, pay online, come and get it, or use your financial aid. Call the college store and see about that. But you need one of these. Now, let's say you cannot get that by the start of class. It's actually okay. SIMNet allows us to have what's called a 14-day courtesy account. So if you don't have your book the first day, and we're going to start at day 1, right? If you don't have it, that's okay. We can still create your account. It's going to be a courtesy account, and then the clock starts ticking. You got 14 days to go and get your code. Once you get your code, you can apply your code, and your courtesy account turns into a real account, and you're golden, right? So let's say you're expecting money in, you don't have it by the start of class. It's okay. Get your courtesy going, keep up with class, and then when it comes in, go get your code. At the end of 14 days, though, if you don't have your code, you can't do anything, right? It's locked out. So in addition to that, you need Office 16 or 365 or 2019. It's any of those, 16, 19, or 365. 365 is what you get as a student free, right? For web students, which is you have at the very end, you need to record a narration for PowerPoint. And I actually will be in a class at that point. By the time we get to PowerPoint, you could come and do it in person. But I haven't had in a very long time where people don't have some way of recording. It could be you record on your phone and then dump it into PowerPoint, right? Or it could be, your laptops all come with that. So you will have to narrate that last one. And then here's the note about can't use Chromebook, and then about the Mac. So here's how the class is broken down. We have pause and practices. Those are the things that you go through the chapter and you're learning something. Let's say we do 5 pages of material and then stop. We're going to pause for a minute and we're going to practice what we learned in those 5 pages. So those pause and practices are the lab that you create walking through the chapter. I have movies for every one of those pause and practice assignments. So if you get stuck, I don't think you need to sit and watch them if you're okay doing it on your own. But if you get stuck, go look at the movie. If the movie doesn't help you, reach out to me and we can work through it. That pause and practice is submitted in Blackboard. There are 13 points each. We have 12 chapters, 156 points, 13%. You don't do one of those, you can't get an A. Okay, like not one. If you don't do any of them, you would not get an A. All right, projects. These are divided between guided and independent projects, and those are in SIMNet. They're 15 points each, 12 chapters, 2 assignments per chapter. So 360, a big chunk of your grade, almost 30%. Here's the thing with these SimNet projects. You get 3 attempts. You go through it, you submit it, and you miss some stuff. You use your same file, you fix what you missed, and you submit it again. And let's say, oh, I got a 98 and I really want that 100. I got one silly thing I forgot to fix. Fix it a 3rd time and submit it and get your score. And that's great. So it'll take the highest score. So let's say you do something, say you got a 98 and you're trying to be greedy and get that 100, and then you do something and you break something else and you go down to a 96. It will take the 98. It will take the highest score. So don't have to worry about that. And I do have a movie, of course, for how to do these projects, because it is a little like, it's not hard, it's just there's steps, and it's not that intuitive. So then we have tests in this class, 450, 36% of your grade, right? So we have a Windows and computer concepts, which is really early in the class, 50 points. Then we have a Word, Excel, Access, and PowerPoint, each 100. These are taken in a simulated environment in SimNet, so Chromebook, Mac, Windows, you can take it, anything that can get to the internet, right? So these are the things that the Chromebook people can't do, right? These are the things the Chromebook people can't do because you can't get to the real software. These 2 things need the real software. The tests are simulated. Case studies. There's 3 of them, and 2 are worth 25 points, and the last one is worth 100 points. And that's the one you have to do the little narration. And if we were in a class, you'd present it to class. But online, you just narrate it. Those are in Blackboard. SimBook. These are called Let Me Tries, right? SimNet training. 9 points each for 13 chapters, 9% of your grade. So these are also in the simulated. So any machine that can get you to the internet, you can do these simulations. Once again, Chrome is the preferred browser. So these are, we're reading the book, and then there's a little let me try where you practice something. And I will show you that as we go through it. And then there's some startup stuff. That's that syllabus quiz, honesty and learning quiz. Those are 1%, 10 points. But hey, 10 points could be the difference between an A and a B. So you don't want to throw those away. And then there's 2 extra credit points for each of the 12 chapters. Those are in SimNet. That's a 3rd project. And so you could actually achieve over the 1, 2, 4, 3, 100%. Here's the breakdown of your scores of what you would earn in a letter grade for the corresponding scores, points. So I don't really accept things late. And I say that, but then I always accept things late. But here's the thing. I don't accept things late just for any reason. But usually something comes up during the semester, and particularly in the summer when it's so condensed. The thing that I want you to do is keep me informed. If you know I am going to be out of town for these 4 days and won't have internet access, let me know beforehand so we can make sure that things are okay. If you miss a test, you're going to have a reason. All right, 1 submission is allowed for the things in Blackboard, 3 for those SimNet projects. Don't send me email with the assignments expecting me to grade it. Now, if you have a question and you are asking about something you're in the middle of, send me the file so I can look at it and give a detailed explanation, and I will get back to you. 11:59, so midnight on the due date. If you email me, I try to get back really quickly, but give me up to 24 hours. If I don't answer you, send it again. I may have missed it or saw it and then forgot to get to it. I'm human. Just don't let it fester. Just send it again. I won't be upset about it. Be respectful of me, the classroom, your equipment, classmates. Correspondence is private. Don't share it. I will have things graded within 7 calendar days, and honestly, I'll have it much sooner. The only thing in this class I really grade are the case studies and the pause and practice, and all of the other things in SimNet are self-graded, so you get your grades instantaneously. This is the honesty and learning policy from the college, and I do want to tell you, unfortunately, I had this last semester. It was actually in an Excel class, but if you submit somebody else's work to SimNet, it flags it and tells me. And it's not only that you submit somebody else's work from your class, it's if it's work from anybody who has ever turned in that product, that assignment in SimNet. SimNet's a big database, and it keeps track of every one of these submissions. So I will know, and we would have to flag you for violation in the honesty and learning policy, and you'd get a 0 and so don't do it. It'll catch it. There's no way around it. So you can read this additional responsibilities. Withdraw date 7/13/2020. Here's the caveat there, guys. This is the last semester that this book and that sim code will be used. Starting in the fall, we go to 2019, and it's a new book. It's a new SimNet code. So please think long and hard before you withdraw from this class, because when you go to take it again, you will have to buy those products again, and I really just don't want to see you have to do that. So before you withdraw, please reach out to me and let's see what we can do to get you through the class, okay? Because I really don't want you to, I mean, it's way too expensive to buy it a second time. So here's the outline. So I have each assignment, and I have a little checkbox here. So when you do it, just put a checkbox, right? And I put next to the assignment where it's submitted. So Blackboard, SimNet, Blackboard. These gray sections are the tests. So you see we got a test opening up on the 5th of June, pretty quick. The only thing we're doing for that first chapter is this let me try, and then we go into Word right away, right? And so I'll have another movie on how to do those things. Case studies, I have in a different color. Here's the last day to withdraw. Once again, think long and hard about that. And then I have a calendar in kind of a visual so that you can see where things are. So because this class is happening in half the time that we normally do it, normally we'd only have 1 day a week where assignments are due, but since we're covering twice as much, it's usually a Tuesday and a Thursday that things are due, and then the tests open on a Friday and close on a Monday. So you would have all of Friday, all of Saturday, all of Sunday, and all of Monday to do a test. So that's 4 days, all right? You got to be able to find 2-hour window. It doesn't even have to be 2 hours straight to get the test done, right? All of these things, guys, it's 11:59 on any one of these. I did not put it on there. The only thing I put is for the tests, right? So it opens at midnight on like this Excel one on Thursday, July 2nd. And this is the only one that might be a little bit because there's that holiday in there, but you're just going to have to find a time. I give you an extra day. Normally, I don't open it till Friday, which is, like the college is closed. So I give you an extra day because of that holiday there. All right, so that's it for a very long movie on the syllabus. Sorry, but I did want to go through all that with you, and please reach out to me with any questions or problems. Thank you.